EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got a compelling AFC matchup for you, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. In motion right now, Bolden. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Play action. Flacco. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Flacco. He finds Bolden. Still going. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and 3.
They'll go up the gut with Tomlinson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
The slot man in motion right. Now Sanchez.
Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now it's Sanchez. Throw left side complete. That's Holmes. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. 34 yards.
And the Jets are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Flacco.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Passing play, Flacco.
to Evans on the slant. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To pass, Flacco. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Just beating the play clock. It's Sanchez. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Flacco. Quick slant here to Smith. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's Flacco. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. There's Evans again, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now Flacco. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I tell you what, this was a much-needed drive and a much-needed touchdown at the end of this drive. They had not done much of anything in this first half, but here they put all the pieces together, and they get the score right before the half.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Sanchez. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Here's Sanchez. Green with a catch left side. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back to throw, Sanchez. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll fake it. Now Sanchez. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Sanchez.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. A final shot before break. Sanchez. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Now he's able to break to 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
To throw is Sanchez. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Looking to put a drive together. Flacco looks to throw. He's got a man. It's just tight end. That's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Flacco. That'll be caught by Rice. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Flacco from midfield. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now Flacco. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's Flacco. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So fourth down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. A little juke. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
The shotgun snap for Sanchez. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Three quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first down, it's Green. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Sanchez keeps it himself.
And he is going to have a Jets first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll run on first down.
Green. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Royce Freeman, 33 yards. And the Jets have taken a fourth-quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a first down, and one less down to try and get it.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Flacco. It's caught. Smith. And down he'll go at the 25.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Now Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rice. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Another try from the 19, 2nd and 10. Flacco.
His throw caught at about the 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Flacco to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Flacco. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go, 4th down, 4th quarter, Flacco. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. Couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Off we go from South Philly. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. To throw is Vick. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On third down, it's Vick. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So, perfect way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
The kicking team off for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 6. Throwing now, Madden. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
To throw, it's Manning. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big play for the Giants. 37 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Manning. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. That's an incompletion.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Manning. Quick throw, taken in. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Giants.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
To the air is Manning. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And I think the Eagles have it. Yes, they do. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Vic. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Vic. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screen plays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
So we are through one on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw as they've got it with first and 10. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On play action, it's Vick. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down. That's quickly out to Smith. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Back-to-back gains of 10 yards and back-to-back first downs.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. In motion, it's Jackson. Here's Vick. The second down throw is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing is Vick. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Ever so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Eagles will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. The return starts from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Giants offense ready to take over for their second possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Manning. And he's close to a first down. A gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Here's Manning. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
Now, Manning. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. The Giants sending out their punter. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it beginning on this drive. 1st and 10. Receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot. To throw, here's Vic. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Vic gonna look to throw. And he's gonna be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing now, Vic. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop at 45 seconds to go until halftime. Here comes the Eagles punt team. This brought in out past the 20. And they'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. This group slow to get things in gear in this one. Lost fumble on the opening drive, followed by a punt last time they had it. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They go play action with Madden. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their 2nd. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. Third and 2. Here we go. On the play fake, here's Manning. Going up top. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hanson and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Giants offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So obviously here in this one, the points have been at a premium. So now as you get into the second half, I think both these offenses start saying, all right, we've had a hard time sustaining possession. We've had a hard time going the long way. Let's try to generate some chunk plays and get a little life in our offense. And That one falls incomplete, but I think they got to just continue to attack downfield.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Giants sending out their punter. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with first down. To throw is Vick. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
Here's Vick. He'll hang on to it. He'll take this forward for about 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 4. Now, faking the give. On the move left. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got it about the 8, and he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
They'll try to run this one in, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and through. And the Eagles move further out in front. It is now 17-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down. Throwing now, Madden. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down. To throw, it's Manning. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's going to have the Giants first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion. Jacobs will get it to start the fourth quarter. And he'll get about 5.
Now, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Quick throw, taken in, and they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Manning. The ball comes out. And the Eagles recover the football. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
on play action. It's Vic. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that first down. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They trail here late, hoping to put something, anything on the board before they get out of here. Going to start this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Madden. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's not often that you see a running back be the one that the defense decides to double team in the passing game, but to me this feels like the defense was tipped off. They knew what was coming, they knew where the quarterback was going with the ball, and they were able to put a stop to this one really before it got going.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air is Manning. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to throw is Manning. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's a 3rd down and 4. We're going to put a man in motion to the right. On 3rd down, it's Manning. That's hot. Left side. It's complete. 13 yards on the catch there. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their second. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Manning. Quick hitting slant there. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Oh, the ball's out. The Eagles have it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They put together a complete football game as they finish this one in shutout fashion. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners, as we say so long from South Philly.